Alright, well today I decided it's perfect weather to go out and go fishing. I've got my rods out and I'm ready to go. It should be pretty nice out today. I'm going to go up to the lake and see if we can catch some. This doesn't look too bad. It's still not too bad. No, it's up to my knees. Well, it has been a while since we've been up here and done a video, I think. And obviously we have a giant snowstorm in here right now. Last week I was able to go fishing a lot, and that's why I did that video that you guys saw that I lost all the audio to. It's because my auxiliary mic that I plug into my GoPro, it broke. Like, it just won't work right now. So I need to get a new one of those for tournaments when it gets really windy out in the boat. But we had a nor'easter blow through, and we have at least 2 feet of snow outside. So obviously going fishing in this is a joke. It's pretty bad. So instead today I decided to do a video on kind of like tips for being a non-boater. And I got this year. This is my first year doing tournaments, and it's something I've always wanted to do. And when I came into the club last year, it was my goal. I was like, I want to be top non-boater. That's the goal for the year. And I ended up getting it. And overall for the year, I only had 46.67 pounds, which is not a lot, but that's not bad for being on the back of a boat. But coming in as a non-boater this year, I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I learned a lot by being a non-boater this year. You learn so much. And a lot of guys out there don't realize that you can fish tournaments without having a boat. You can be in a club and be a non-boater, or a rider, as they say. And I just want to open up your minds out there to, there's another option out there. You don't have to have a boat. You don't have to. You can still fish out of the back of a boat and still do good in the tournaments. And I wanted to kind of get into that today, like kind of what to prepare yourself for with going into doing tournaments. Like, maybe you're out there and you love to fish and you've always wanted to do tournaments, see the guys on TV fishing these big tournaments, making lots of money, making a living off that. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do that. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do that. I'm just saying that you could still get out there and you could still have fun fishing tournaments. So there's a couple things I want to get into as being a non-boater, and I have a couple tips that I learned personally. And the first one is obviously boat etiquette. When you go and you're in somebody else's boat, you don't want to be bringing a ton of stuff. Just bring what you need. Like, I bring a bag, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and I make sure that I have everything I need for the tournament that could possibly happen in this bag. And I only bring 5 rods usually. Like, I only have 4 up here right now because my 5th one is in my truck and I don't feel like going out and getting it, honestly. So the first tip for boater etiquette is minimize your tackle. You don't want to bring a hard tackle box because that's like a tripping hazard in the boat. And you don't want to make it so it's hard to walk around the boat and hard to find a spot to sit. Because there's some people out there that probably would just bring everything they own. And that would just junk up the boat. It'd be hard to work around and be a pain in the butt. Next is respect your boater. Don't go casting all the way to the front of the boat. You're going to end up getting your line in the trolling motor. And if your boater asks you to get the net for him, get the net. And don't jab at the fish. You're going to knock them off, by the way. I didn't do that, but just putting that out there. If you need help, say something. And just try to talk to your boater all day. But also don't copy what they're doing. Like, the second you start fishing, maybe they'll throw a jerkbait or a jig. If you like throwing a jig, go ahead, throw a jig. But say they're throwing a jerkbait, try something else. Like, it's going to be hard out of the back of a boat, say if you're fishing a dock and they're throwing a jig. You're a lot of times going to get the second helping of what's on the dock, basically. So maybe you're better off casting out into the main lake instead of fishing the dock. Like, cast out a chatterbait, cast out something that's moving, drag a Texas rig, drag Carolina rig. Just do something different, because maybe you'll find something that your boater doesn't, and maybe you'll do better that way. And the next thing I want to get into is come prepared. Bring rain gear. I messed up a bunch this year, and we had a bunch of tournaments where it was raining, and A lot of times I brought my rain gear, but when we got to the ramp, it wasn't raining. So I just left my rain gear in the truck and I didn't bring it out in the boat with me. And sure, 3 hours later, I'm out there freezing, cold, just wearing my jeans, a t-shirt, a flannel, and my jacket. You're gonna get wet, you're gonna get cold. You're better off bringing your rain gear or bringing bibs with you just in case. Even if it's supposed to be like a 50% chance of rain and it's not raining and it's blue skies, still bring it, because you never know if it's going to be windy or cold and you might need it. Just keep yourself warm or keep yourself dry. So learn from my mistake, bring rain gear. Could save your butt. Because remember, you're going to be out there for 8 hours fishing. A lot can happen in 8 hours. It can go from being bluebird skies to downpouring quick in 8 hours. You never know what the weather's going to do to you. The next thing I want to get into is what rods I bring personally. Now, personally, I'm going to grab them first. Alright, the main rods that I bring, I'm going to start off with this one. I bring a topwater rod. And right now, yep, I got a Huddleston on it. Because for my topwater rods, I throw a lot of bigger topwaters, like the big wop ploppers, frogs. Now this is heavy action, fast tip rod. And right now, obviously I have a Huddleston on it, like I said. And I will throw topwaters on this. I will throw a big swim bait on it. I've just been messing around with the big swim baits recently. But I'll throw that kind of stuff on it. And it's good to have a topwater rod. You can never go wrong with a topwater rod. And the next rod I bring is a flipping rod, and I will use this for my jigs, my Texas rigs, all that kind of stuff where I can pitch, flip, and anything that I'm basically keeping on the bottom. I'll even use it for Kytex on a big football head. Anything like that. It's always good to have a jig rod. Even if you're not a big jig fisherman, if you throw Texas rigs, anything along those lines, it's always good to have a jig rod. Never not bring a jig rod with you. Because who knows, your boater could go and just want to flip docks all day. So you need to have a jig rod or something like that. Say they find a jig pattern, there you go. Now I bring a spinning setup. And this is my drop shot rod. Yeah, I know it's straight braid on here right now. My leader broke on it and I just got lazy and didn't tie a new one on yet. And I will use this for drop shots mainly. This is my drop shot rod. Just it's basically the only thing I'll throw on it. Maybe I'll throw a Ned rig on it occasionally. But I usually bring another spinning setup with me, which I don't have up here with me because it's out in my truck and it's snowy. And I will throw Ned rigs on that. I will throw shaky heads on that, light ones, and Senkos, that kind of stuff. Like I will say, I didn't throw a single Senko in any of the tournaments this year. And next we have the cranking rod, and you can never go wrong with the cranking rod. I'll use it for chatterbaits a lot of times. Chatterbaits, lipless cranks, square bills, deep divers, that kind of stuff. Just because I'm not trying to have a million rods on the boat, I'll basically just bring a rod for general techniques. Like I said, I have my topwater rod, I've got my jig rod, I've got my drop shot rod, and I've got my light spinning rod. But I also have my cranking rod, my cranking / chatterbait rod. That's mainly what I use it for. And I throw a lot of chatterbaits, you guys know that. And of course I'm that guy that throws a lot of chatterbaits, but I don't care. But now let's get out of rods, let's get into what tackle to bring with you. Yeah, it's not gonna stay the whole time. Anyways, this is my bag. It's a free NRA bag that I got. But you don't have to use this one. The zipper on this one broke, so I kind of packed it a little too full, but still small and compact. Alright, first let's get into soft plastics and how I organize them. I've done a video on my bag before, so we're just going to go through this quickly. I'll put the link in the description below for the video I did, just how I organize my tackle bag. But we have a drop shot soft plastic bag, and in this I'll keep all my like finesse worms, my dream shots, anything I could possibly ever want to use for drop shotting, basically. Small like ribbon tail worms, even like really small ones, anything like that. I'll even throw, soft body jerk baits on them. Now next I have my grub bag. Well, not just grubs. I have grubs in here. I've got Well, there's a lot of grubs in here, but I'll have my soft body jerkbaits in here, like my flukes. I'll keep my flukes in here, all that kind of stuff. And also, when it comes to spinnerbaits, I don't have a spinnerbait box, so I usually put them in here. The girlfriend brought me cookies. Thank you. She's got a cold. Cookie break. Anyways, as I was saying before my little cookie break, in this bag I keep my flukes, my grubs, that kind of stuff, but doing tournaments it's kind of hard when you're bringing in such a small bag. You don't really have a box to put your spinnerbaits in. So my spinnerbaits, the smaller ones, I put in a bag of their own, and it's probably the most disorganized way you could ever bring spinnerbaits anywhere. But I throw them all in a bag. I throw all my small spinnerbaits in a bag. I think I have like 10 of them in here. So that's the way I do it, at least. And it's probably not the best way for all of you that like their own spinnerbaits a lot, but I put them in a bag altogether because I don't have a spinnerbait box and I don't have room for it in my bag. And I keep the bigger spinnerbaits in a separate bag, but I'll need to show you that. And here we have my absolute favorite bag. Inside of here is all my basically main creature baits I use. All my craw imitators, all my beavers, basically anything like that. 'Cause I like throwing jigs, I like throwing Texas rigs and stuff like that. So I keep all that in this bag. And I keep basically anything, every color I like, and every design that I like. Like I have a lot of D-bombs, I have a lot of pit bosses, that kind of stuff in there. And your brush hogs. Don't forget your brush hogs. But now that we've gone through my soft plastic bags, let's get into my storage containers. Now, I basically have a storage container for all different types of baits. If it's a crankbait, I keep that in one box, but we'll get into that in a minute. First, we have the top water box, and I'll keep a couple frogs in here, my favorite. It's just fat frogs. I'll keep my wop ploppers in here, my spooks. I don't know how these got tangled together. But just that kind of stuff, my poppers, all that, it all goes into this box. I don't bring all my top waters with me, but I bring the ones that I like the most with me. I usually bring 2 of each kind with me, if that makes any sense to you at all. Now, crankbaits and jerkbaits, I don't go crazy on this box. I just bring my basic jerkbaits with me. I bring a couple shallow jerkbaits, and I bring a couple deep jerkbaits with me. And of course, we have the square bills. Those are all together somehow. I don't know. I need to go through this honestly and clean it up. We got our lipless cranks. And we've got some of our wiggle warts, deeper divers, that kind of stuff. I don't keep my XDs in here right now because I just don't have them in here. I have 2, but I still have to organize my tackle before the first tournament again. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I already organized it once this winter, but whatever. And now, onto my personal favorite box. We have the jig box. Now, I don't have all kinds of crazy colors in here. I basically have natural tone colors. Like, I'll have my browns, I have my blacks. And I opt for the blacks to have a little bit of green in them sometimes, but not always. But I organize them in size in here. Like, all my custom cast little D-jigs I keep in the same little area. And I like the jigs because they're small. They're small and compact. A little bit of an easier meal for them. But most of my jigs, as a trailer, I'll put a pit boss on the back, a small pit boss on my little ones, and a bigger pit boss on my big ones. And I even put a crawdaddy, Mr. Bates crawdaddy, I think it is. Mr. Crawdaddy, I think crawdaddy. Put one of them on the back for a little more flare and flutter, say if I wanted to swim it, because it's got nice little kickers on it. All my bigger jigs I keep in the same area. I usually organize them by color, by type, what kind of jig it is, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get crazy into my jigs right now. I have a couple of my hair jigs in here too, just a couple of them. I don't throw a lot of hair jigs. I probably should throw a lot of them more. because a lot of the guys in the club love them and swear by them, but that's a jig box. Now, here's my terminal tackle box. Now, I need to put a lot more stuff in here because right now I'm running low from last season and from ponds and losing them, all sorts of stuff. You guys know the drill. I'm fairly disorganized when it comes to my terminal tackle box, and I need to fix that. I want to get a hook box where you stick the hooks into the foam, but I just haven't gotten to that yet. Now, in here we have all of our shaky heads. We have our wobble heads, all that kind of stuff. We've got all our different size EWGs, flipping hooks, all my little football head jigs, all that kind of stuff. Now usually I'll keep a little like pre-rigged area in here, but I don't really have that right now. We've got our heavy punching weights, we've got our small flipping weights, but all changes. All changes. Alright, now the bag is, for the most part, empty. But in here I do keep, wrong side, I do keep my Mendit, my JJ's Magic, and I keep some punch skirts in here, all that kind of stuff. Just so I'm ready for anything. I think I actually have it, I think I just felt like a jig. And then of course we have all of our extra line in case I need to tie leaders, add more line to the rod, all that kind of stuff. We got all our extra line, line, our flipping line, our drop shot line, all that fun and dandy little stuff. I think I got into this bag enough. I think I've gone off of what this video is mainly about. So what's new there? Let's get into a couple of last minute tips for being a non-boater. One of the few things that I want to end on is when you're in a boat with someone, just respect them. Just go out there. You're out there to have fun. My cat is playing with a bag. Go out there, have fun. Don't forget that you're out there to have fun. You're not out there to take it super seriously. Don't take it super seriously. Go out there, have fun, enjoy yourself. If you're watching this, I'm sure you love to fish or you want to get into fishing or fishing tournaments or anything like that. Just go out there, have fun. Just don't forget that. I know I've said have fun a million times, but that's the main point of this. It's all about fun. It's about fishing. It's not to be taken seriously. Don't get discouraged. If you're out there and you're not catching anything in the first 3 hours, don't get discouraged. Fish till the end. Just believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself, and just make the most of it. If you come in with one fish out of the back of a boat, don't be discouraged. I've come in with one fish out of the back of the boat. I've come in with 5 fish out of the back of the boat. I've come in with 5 fish out of the back of the boat bigger than my boaters that I've been with. It just depends. Sometimes you do better out of the back of the boat, but most of the time you'll do better out of the front. So just remember, have fun. If you're a smoker or anything like that, ask your boater if it's okay first. If you have anything with peanuts, ask your boater if they're allergic to peanuts. Just be courteous. Be courteous, have fun, and just don't forget it. I went out there and I just had fun this year. I fished how I like to fish. I threw things I liked to throw. I threw things I had confidence in. And because of that, I caught fish. If you go out there and you try throwing something that you've never caught a fish on before, then you're probably not going to catch a fish on it unless your boater is telling you what to do or like giving you instructions on something you've never tried before. Maybe you'll do good. But go out there, have fun, fish the way you want to fish, catch them the way you like to catch them. And just find the pattern. Find the pattern. If they're not biting something for a good 20 minutes, switch to something else. Or try casting it to some other kind of cover. Change up your retrieve. Anything like that. Anything you can do that you think will make them bite it or find out where they are depending on that time of year. Do it. Try it. Like I said, maybe you'll find the pattern before your boater does. Maybe your boater finds the pattern before you do. But the second they catch a fish, don't switch to throwing what they're throwing because it could just be a fluke. Yeah, if they catch 3 in a row, you might want to think about trying what they're trying. But just get out there. Have fun. Hope this has been somewhat of an informative video. I don't know. I'm not very good at talking about this kind of stuff, I don't think. But maybe you think I am. If you do, comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, comment below. If you like what I'm doing and you want to see more of my fishing videos, which I'm going to take a ton of this year, I'm going to film every tournament, then comment below if you want to see that. Either way, I'm going to do it. I'm going to film every tournament, even if it's raining. Some of my best tournaments I didn't get on footage. Like when I hooked myself really bad through the hand, I didn't get that on footage because I forgot one of my housings that clips into my GoPro. I had the GoPro, I had the chest mount, I just didn't have the housing. I don't know how I did that, so I'm rambling now. So anyways, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully in in 2 weeks I have a tournament. Just put it that way. Today is Tuesday, and not this Sunday, but Sunday after I have the opening tournament of the year on Candlewood. I'm just going to get into this really quick. Candlewood, it's going to be really cold. It's going to be March 24th up here, and the tournament is in Connecticut, and it's going to be cold. It's supposed to warm up that week, I think. It's supposed to be in the 50s, but the water's still going to be cold no matter what. So I'm probably going to be throwing jerkbaits, drop shots, jigs, Ned rigs, probably maybe a chatterbait, we'll see. I mean, they were biting a chatterbait 2 days after ice out in the ponds here, but it's completely different out in lakes. Fish a lot of ponds, by the way. Fishing a lot of ponds in smaller lakes will actually help you do better in big lakes, because those small lakes and ponds are microsystems for the big lake. So whatever's happening in the ponds is probably happening on a much larger scale in the big lakes. Just keep that in mind. Yet again, I'm rambling. I'm getting way off of course. I'm trying to end the video here, and I suck at this. So I'll see you guys next time. Like I said, maybe it'll be at the tournament, maybe it'll be before then. I hope it's before then. This weather's supposed to blow through in a couple days. I mean, it's supposed to be back to warm, and there's going to be no snow, and it's probably going to shock the hell out of the fish, but I will catch you later. I will catch you guys next time.